Hey everybody, we're back. Joey Ciccone here, connected. Dr. Tony Gamina here in the house. All right, I don't know. Do you say Tony Gamina? Do you call him Doctor? I don't know. But the bottom line is, you are running for an office that is just incredible, man. And even just to be in there in the race, I think is a beautiful thing.
Well, I think it's kind of really cool. I mean, I think I'm driving my wife a little crazy with it because it's a big.
Heather driving you nuts, I know.
It's a big step here, and it's really a David versus Goliath here because I'm a virgin to politics. I don't have any influence. I actually, since I'm medical, I'm going to tell you that I don't feel like I'm infected like the Democrat and Republican people. But at this point in time, I think we just need independent thinkers who are willing to work together to kind of help America get stronger as well as Nevada. So I always tell everybody, you only vote for me if you care about Nevada and you care about America.
All right, I love that. And Jimmy, you were asking a question there, so Doc, tell him what's going on there.
Jimmy asked if I was Republican, Democrat, or Libertarian. And so I'm going to tell you this. I'm a little bit of all of them. And that's what makes independence great. Because in the first place, I actually have kind of voted a little bit more Republican during my lifetime, but I've also voted Democrat. I've always tried to vote for the best person. But at this point in life, I actually considered running Republican, then considered running Democrat, and I was a little leery about running independent, but I've gotten a hell of a lot of support, and this has actually worked out to be the best choice for me.
You have, man. I mean, I've looked over, stuff on Facebook and everything. There's just a lot of support out there. So, fellow Nevadans, we need you to come out and support this man. He's got a heart of gold, man. I say that from the bottom of my heart. So let's just get into a few things. What's your thought on immigration? People coming in to Nevada, coming into the United States. You get an opportunity, you're going to be there in the big house talking to the big man.
Well, I kind of think the question on immigration really isn't about splitting families. It's really about obeying the law. And so the biggest point is that everybody has to obey the law. And so the one thing I believe is that everybody needs to return home to where they came from. For the simple reason, if I were to go into an immigrant's house and shot him in the leg, they would want the police to uphold the law and arrest me. And so if they want to understand that they want to follow the laws when it obeys or when it applies to them, they need to apply and obey the laws from the beginning. Now, I think that they could go back. We could keep a name list, and we could keep them as primary people to come back since they were already here. But initially, we need to live. Can we build a wall? I think building a wall might be a little tougher than everybody thinks. But I think what you can do is you can actually implement the wall that's already there. You actually obey the law. You actually say, okay, you can't open a bank account unless you're a citizen. You can't open or rent a car. You can't get a car registered. You cannot get a driver's license. You can't buy a home. You can't rent an apartment. The only thing you could do really is go to the grocery store because we'll never deny food for people. But you make it so that people can't live here illegally. And
right.
I think it's just you bring up the laws and you
I just think that's what it's all about. I mean, we want everyone. I mean, we're Italians, right? So, I mean, our people came here and we had beautiful opportunities in life. But we came here legally.
We came here legally. I actually immigrated to the United States when I was a youngster, and I spoke a little bit of English, but my father never said, you find a teacher or you find somebody who's going to help you learn English or work with you in whatever language you spoke. He said, you learn English faster. Or he was going to hit me with a wooden spoon or something.
Yeah, they cracked.
That was love.
We got cracked. We got cracked with stuff then. Now you get cracked. It's a whole different thing. I'm telling you right now. All right, let me ask you something. I mean, can you actually believe you're doing this? I mean, do you catch yourself sometime? Because I know how you are on the thing with the notes,
This has actually turned out to be something a little crazy because I didn't really think I was ever going to be a politician. I'm a doctor. I got my own career. But at this point in time, I'm just so fed up with everything that I think that if somebody doesn't step forward, I've gotten a little bit in donations so far, but most of what's gone forward is my own money. So I'm trying to say, here I am, and I want to do it, and I need to do it. I got 2 little kids, a 5 and a 6-year-old, Marcus and Lucas, and they need a future. And if I don't step in forward to try to say, hey, I'm here for the small people, I'm here for the small businesses, I'm here to do things right. I don't need it as a job. I got my own career. We just got to have people that are willing to work together to fix things.
So he's a guy that's basically, you can hear it, folks, someone that's standing up for what he believes in. And I'll tell you right now, it ain't easy. Where can get the donation? What do they got to do here? We go on the website. We just sign in with the email and we donate. Is that what's the best way to do it?
If you want to go to my website, tonygumina.com, there's a little donate button. It goes through PayPal. It's one of those free websites that I set up because initially I'm trying to do everything on the low end, but it works well. and it's through Wix, and I've appreciated them helping me, and so far it's worked out well.
So Trump ain't helping out at all.
Trump's not helping. He hasn't noticed me yet, but I'm hoping that
we gotta
he
make
does.
a call. See, right now my buddy will call from New York. We'll see if he can help out. Right here, Jimmy again. He's asking you, Dr. Tony, if elected, what party would you caucus with?
Well, actually, right now, since I'm independent, I don't really caucus at the moment. But I think I definitely lean a little more Republican. But I actually like a lot of the things Bernie Sanders says. It just needs to be adjusted a little bit different how you would pay for those things. So I'm still kind of in the middle for a lot of things. So I can't really tell you that I'm going to caucus 100% one way or the other.
I love it. We're coming with the questions. I don't know if you notice. I'm feeding the questions. We want to see what he's about. We want that petition signed, all right? You think being in the medical field helps in this politician field? I mean, how does that work in?
I think the coolest thing about being in the medical field is that I got people in my practice that come see me, and some are wealthy, some are poor, some are on Medicare, some get Obamacare, but there's a good mix of everybody, and I think that's what's the coolest thing about it is you kind of get to get input from people from all different directions, and you kind of understand where they're coming from, and don't think just because somebody's on Medicare and they've been working for all these years, they get Social Security, they can afford all these medicines. It's still tough.
No.
Healthcare is hardest for the people really between the ages of 40 and 64, because even though it's affordable and insurance companies have to give them the option, it's expensive. And so a lot of them choose not to even purchase it, and they pay the penalty on the taxes now, which I sort of think is unconstitutional anyway. But
right. And not to cut you off, but, this is in the office when we were talking and everything, and I hope I can bring it up because it was one of my questions, but not that you've suffered, but hasn't things really changed in the medical field right now for yourself as possibly what you were making at one time to now?
Well, I think the big thing is the answer to that question is yes. I'm making less now than I used to make and having to work harder for it. And the expenses in the office have just gone up. Everything's gone up. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Gas prices go up, and now everybody you order something from charges you a fuel surcharge. Gas prices go down. Nobody takes that fuel surcharge off their bill. But it's a little tougher nowadays to make a living, even as a doctor. Everybody thinks doctors make millions of dollars, and maybe a few of them do, but most of them, they go to work every day, put their pants on just like the rest of you, and they try their best just to make a dollar.
Right, man. No, beautiful answer. I hope you didn't feel bad that I asked you that.
No,
but
that's
you know
good.
what?
I'm good with
I
it.
mean, it was like it's the fact of what's going on right now. So
Yeah, I think running just a small business in general, because that's really what I do. I'm a small practice, single doctor in my office. But the reality is it's just a small business. And, I suffer all the same struggles that every small business owner goes through.
right. Now, would this be the hardest, accomplishment that you faced? I mean, Hey, we got a call. That's my call. Little Jackson Brown there coming in. Tell him to hold on that, Scotty. Scotty's going to hold a call there for, we got a little thing. But Doc, come back. Let's go back to the question again. Would this be your hardest accomplishment if you were elected senator?
You mean what would be my hardest...
Yeah.
Well, I think this. I think I'm really it's a David versus Goliath fight here. I'm the little guy trying to fight the big system. The Republican Party and the Democrat Party who run this state, they run the game. And to have an independent this year may be definitely a better option for a lot of people. I have no interest in certain political groups for anything. And initially I was trying to do some endorsement things, and I realized that even when you try to get an endorsement from a group, they want something from you. So my goal is a little bit sort of like Bernie Sanders. I'm here for the people and small businesses, and that's who I'm taking a little donations from, is just regular people. I ask people not to give me $1 million. I'm really saying, hey, if you give me the cup of coffee price, maybe up to $5, donate on my website. That's all I need. I don't need, $1 million.
Right.
Nice, but hey.
The support. The support is the main thing, and...
Yeah, because I believe this. Even if somebody is willing to donate $2 to you, it's not their money. They're really saying, I'm giving you my support. When you get a big organization that donates $80,000 like the presidential campaigns, you don't know how many votes you're getting, but you owe them a favor. And I'm not planning on owing anybody a favor. I'm doing this for the people and small businesses.
Right. See, man, because then you owe them favors after you take the money. Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? I'm with Dr. Tony Gumino. You're watching the Joey Ciccone Show Connected. All right? Vote for this man. Come on, let's make this happen. I'll see you real soon.